All right, everybody, it's time to lay down for bed and listen to a story. It's time for the night chicken, and you don't want to miss that now, do you? I didn't think so. Now, if everybody is ready, let's begin. Children gather close, for November nights are made of silk and shadow, and they hold secrets as crisp as the first frost. Tonight, the moon hung high and thin, like a silver scratch across the velvet sky, and the night chicken, shy, was moving too quickly beneath it. She wasn't running from danger, she was running toward it, or rather, running toward the possibility of danger in all directions at once. Shy, sleek black feathers barely rustled as she paced the length of the old stone wall, her bright green eyes darting from the dark tree line to the quiet fields. She checked the east corner for Larry the fox, then the west for Vinny the badger, forgetting that only half a bell ago she had already checked both. Shorty the cat watched her from atop the wall. He was curled up like a perfect gray cinnamon roll, seemingly asleep, but one torn ear twitched with every frantic click of shy claws against the stone. "Little hero," Shorty murmured, his voice as smooth as warm hay, "if you pace that stone wall one more time, you'll wear a groove right through the moss. What shadow are you chasing that isn't your own?" Shy stopped abruptly, her crescent moon pendant catching a flicker of starlight. "It the quiet, Shorty. It too deep a quiet. It means something big is holding its breath out there. I just need to make sure the night stays tucked in tight." Shorty gracefully uncurled and dropped lightly onto the ground in front of her, blocking her path. "The night is not a blanket, Shy, and you are not a pin to hold it down. You haven't rested in 3 nights. I see it in the way your feathers aren't quite gleaming tonight, they're just tired." Shy bristled, puffing her chest slightly. "I'm the night chicken. I keep the night safe. Who else will watch the dreams of the sleeping creatures? Who else remembers that the coop thinks I've vanished? I have to be the one." Shorty looked at her with his deep, knowing green eyes. "Do you truly believe, after all this time, that you are the only heart beating for the farm once the sun goes down?" Just then, a scruffy shape materialized from the shadows near the garden shed. It was Skinny the raccoon, his red and white bandana looking a little lopsided. He had a tiny, perfect piece of shiny river glass tucked into his paws. "Whoa, whoa, easy there." Shy Skinny mumbled around a yawn. "I was just about to polish this lucky find, but I keep hearing what sounds like a frantic pebble being kicked up and down the stone wall. You're rattling the whole neighborhood." Shorty nodded at the raccoon. "See? You have a dedicated lookout who polishes magic. You have me, your shadow and strategist. You have Glint weaving warning bells into her webs. You think you are alone, but you are the hub of the wheel, not the rim trying to turn the whole thing by yourself." Shy looked from the serious cat to the earnest raccoon. She felt the heavy weight of responsibility, the weight she had never asked for, but had happily carried since that first accidental night. She realized Shorty wasn't criticizing her bravery, he was protecting it from wearing thin. She let out a breath she hadn't realized she was holding, the tiny silver crescent on her leg finally settling still. But what about the whispering patch? I swear I heard rustling that wasn't the wind an hour ago. Skinny immediately tucked his river glass into his pocket. "Aha, delegation. Excellent choice. Tell you what, I'll check the whispering patch and then I'll do a full survey of the woodpile. You, madam, are confined to the garden shed. Shorty, your job is to make sure she doesn't move until dawn." Shorty smirked, rubbing against Shy legs. "A confinement I welcome, old friend." Shy finally smiled, a small, weary, but truly grateful smile. The quiet hadn't been an absence of protection, it was the quiet confidence of a network working together. The night didn't need to be tucked in by a single hand, it just needed a moment of shared watchfulness. She led them back to the cozy light of the garden shed, allowing Shorty to settle her in the straw. The night was still vast and dark, but with her friends out there, the weight of the crescent moon felt lighter than a feather. That's the end of tonight's story, and now comes my favorite part. Let's close our eyes, listen to some soft music, and dream about Shy's next adventure. And while she's out there defending the night, we can sleep easy, knowing she's there, keeping us safe. Sleep tight, everyone, and don't bite any bed bugs.